DeMarco Murray has emerged as a top candidate to be the next running backs coach at Penn State. Got to talk about what that would mean for Oklahoma, where he is currently the running backs coach, and what it could mean for Penn State. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show, welcome. Thank you for being here. We talk college football 24/7, 365 days a year. And if you like the show, hit that subscribe button, join the more than 130,000 subscribers to the channel, and answer the question in the comments below. Do you think DeMarco Murray should be the next running back coach at Penn State? I'm going to remind you, if you've got a little subscriber bug next to your name, you're much more likely to get a response from me. And, not for nothing, but I like to be in the comments, and we like to have a robust conversation down there, so get started, man. I don't need to say this for many Oklahoma fans. For Penn State fans, this is what you need to know. DeMarco Murray is the best tailback on yardage that Oklahoma's ever had. And he is on the short list of the best players that Oklahoma's ever had. And I'm throwing in, Heisman Trophy winners like Baker Mayfield, like Kyler Murray, who's probably the most talented player to ever play at Oklahoma. Adrian Peterson, who did everything but win a national championship and a Heisman Trophy, right? Billy Sims. I mean, for those that are really into the weeds on this one, remember Damon Parker and how talented that dude was? Take it back to Billy Sims, and if you want to, we can go all the way back to Steve and so forth, so on, and Joe Washington and all the great tailbacks. But when we talk about a guy who was just literally here to chew up yardage, it's DeMarco Murray, man. You could put DeMarco in the slot. You could put DeMarco 7.5 yards deep. He was going to go get you the hard yards, and we contend to this day, if DeMarco Murray was healthy against Florida in 2008, Oklahoma wins a national championship. He was that important to success on that football team. Now, since becoming the running backs coach at Oklahoma, he has done as good a job as you could expect. As a matter of fact, the guy that recruited him, Cale Gundy, is the guy that he's replacing in as far as being that running backs coach who would go into any living room and try to pull out the best. He did it with Taylor Tatum, who I think is talented, but the boy put the ball on the floor, and I hate players that put the ball on the floor. Hold on to football. You got one job. Cover the points, okay? Ain't no reason to be putting the ball on the floor. Golly, I hate fumbling. I hate fumbling. He also recruited Kennedy Brooks, who was basically a walking first down at Oklahoma. At one point, Kennedy was averaging like 9 yards per carry, right? Ramondre Stevenson, who has had a pretty damn good career in the NFL and was a battering ram. He had him too. Eric Gray, who transferred in from Tennessee, he had him too. When Oklahoma was putting up 42 a game in 2023, his tailbacks was rushing for something like 220 yards, okay? They could block. They could catch the ball out of the backfield. Gavin Sawchuk comes to mind as another one of these dudes. He's a great running back who knows how to coach the position. As a matter of fact, what Marshall Faulk hopes to be at Colorado is what DeMarco Murray is at Oklahoma, all right? You could go a long way before you find another tailback coach that has been as accomplished and has done so much at a Power 4 university like DeMarco Murray has. So Penn State loses Juwan Sider to Notre Dame. Notre Dame lost Dalen McCullough to Las Vegas Raiders, and they went and got the guy that recruited Nick Singleton and Katron Allen. Not too shabby, right? That guy's going to inherit Jeremiah Love, among others, right? Jadarian Price being another one of these guys. It is also James Franklin deciding to go all in on 2025. Shortly after losing to Notre Dame by a field goal, right? Basically a Drew Aller interception away. James Franklin was able to circle the wagons and say, do you see how close we are to winning the national championship? We're a field goal and a game away. We were this close. Never mind they lost to Oregon. Never mind they lost to Ohio State. Never mind they ended up losing Notre Dame. They were this close. They re-signed Drew Aller, who I think is the weakest part of that college football team, and I'm serious. I think that he's the weakest link on that team, which tells you how strong or how weak Penn State is. Katron Allen is back. Nick Singleton is back. The defense, Denai Dennis Sutton, they're back. You add Jim Knowles after losing Tom Allen. You keep Andy Kotelnicki, and you decide to go get the best tailback coach you can think of in DeMarco Murray after Jujuwan Sider decided he wanted to go across the street and coach for the team that beat them in the college football playoff. All right, by the way, Sider has my favorite note about any player who became a coach. He's the dude that was selected out of Florida A&M as quarterback right before Tom Brady in that NFL draft. It's one of my favorite things. It's like, yo, dog, what a way to enter into trivia. And he's become a hell of a good running backs coach since then. So Murray would be leaving a team that has had 2 losing seasons in 3 years, that's going to be starting over at quarterback, starting over with a new offense, starting over with a new offensive coordinator, where the only dudes that are left that, frankly, know him, Brent Venables, right? Brent was coaching defensive coordinator when Murray was on the team. Like, it was always going to be a slam dunk. He did a year at Arizona in 2019 before coming over to Oklahoma. And again, Ramondre Stevenson and Kennedy Brooks and those dudes coming on. Taylor Tatum being a big get for them out of Longview. But I think if you're Penn State, you got to be happy about this if he says yes. My suspicion is he is gone. That's what I know Oklahoma fans want to know from me. That's my suspicion. I know this because Oklahoma has never been interested in overpaying, which is to say matching offers. Okay? We know that Penn State paid Jim Knowles $3.1 million to leave Ohio State, made him the highest paid coordinator in the country. I think they'd be willing to do the same thing for DeMarco Murray, or at the very least, get him out of the price range of Oklahoma. And that's probably the reason that Jim Knowles ended up at Penn State, not Oklahoma, this time around too. So once again, an SEC school in Oklahoma is losing to a team from north of the Mason-Dixon lines. And I got to tell y'all, I'm not going to be getting used to Yankees coming down here to get our stuff, or Yankees willing to outspend us on dudes we know can play or coach. That's not going to be all right. Now, I like to tell people, especially when they want to come and ask me about my favorite teams and whatnot, I'm from Oklahoma. I'm from the 918. DeMarco is a year younger than I am. I watch DeMarco like I watch Sharon Moore, who forgot he graduated from the University of Oklahoma. All we doing is creating hitters in this flyover state with 4 million people, and we letting these folks from up north come down and take something that we grew because we don't willing to pay for it. You know, it's the same thing, man. I say this. I was able to get a job at Fox Sports National College Football Analyst, and I was turned down not once, not twice, but 3 times from my hometown paper to cover sports. Tulsa World didn't want none. Now, I write a top 25 at Fox Sports, and 100,000 people show up to read it. This channel, right, what we built here. So if DeMarco's going to get paid, honey, you better go get that money. You better go get your money. Because if your alma mater ain't going to pay you, I don't know that your alma mater is really interested in investing in the thing they help grow. It's what it is. Yeah, hey, there's no loyalty bonus here. No, go get your money. You don't owe them a damn thing, homie. Make sure that Joe C go get you dollars that you need to get, or skedaddle. That's just what it is.